to get off to a good start here.
The thing is,
if they don't get off to a good start, then they're gonna have a really hard mid game against Brew, Tinker, and Skywrath.
my one big concern for Mouse is just their lack of team fight. If they don't have a good start, and they can't, like, say, just blow up the Brewmaster before he splits, like, how do they take the fights? I don't think they can. But that being said, I still think they have a much better shot late game this game than they have in pretty much any other game I've cast.
I agree
in the past
100%.
month. This is one of the strongest late game drafts I've seen. So in that respect, I do like it, but it is a bit different from what Mouse normally runs. So let's see how well it matches up. Navi getting aggressive, and again, Sin, I think this is just an increasingly popular trend. Whenever a team's running here who potentially wants to go to the woods, they actually make a big effort to protect their jungle, far more so than we used to see a few months back. And well, Navi trying to get some deep wards down, but unable to find an opening, will end up backing off.
It's very dangerous to go into the enemy jungle against Bane Mirana.
Is this an offlane Tinker?
Wait, what? Are they might be running an aggressive trial lane with the tree and Skywrath. It's a decent lane. I don't think it's that powerful, but
the one thing you could do when you run offlane
not
Tinker
the lanes I was expecting.
Is your supports can stack the Ancients, and then you can farm them later. And he does appear to be rushing a Soul Ring, so it's definitely an offlane Tinker.
I thought he was going to be safe lane because of that Soul Ring recipe when I saw that earlier. But interesting from Navi to play this lane.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna have a smoke or a movement top at level 1. In fact, they've already smoked. They've been revealed, but I don't think ХВОСТ has actually seen them. He does plink at this tree at. A little bit unfortunate for Mouse, the timing there.
I'm surprised Pycat doesn't pull this tree down to the left, and if ХВОСT goes for it, he gets slapped there.
I guess, well,
maybe that
might
was
be
too
obvious. But you could, like, move it a little bit, maybe. Just try and wiggle him towards you.
But the smart thing about this lane setup from Navi... Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. ХВОСT!
Oh, no. Not like this. It's the creeps.
Oh, wow. He
the
actually
creeps.
dodged it.
The creeps. No, they're still diving for it. It's too far, I think. They can't go for this, even with a perfect arrow. There's already living armor thrown out. Can they? Can they really? They're taking the tower. The treants will actually do it. Okay, they're going to soak up the damage here. And it looks like ХВOST probably goes down. He's low. He doesn't have a salve. He can pop it now. He's still alive for the time being. He jukes into the trees. Really nice play, skilling up the treants there and using them to tank the tower, because that looked like normally you can't even go for that, but still ХВОST does live.
And it's a very big deal that he lives, because with this gank failing, the bottom lane is just completely... MSS can't do anything here. He's playing against a Tinker and a Skywrath. If he comes close, he just gets harassed out. He has 0 armor on the Doom. Granted, he does have a stout shield, but Kuroko still put a lot of...
Well, now it's Puppey who's in trouble. The arrow comes through on him. The Prophet TPs from the top lane forward into the woods, and as it so often is the case with Mouse, they have to have one of the highest first blood rates in the tournament. They strike first. I feel like they always do, whether or not they win, but a first blood going their way on a lineup that's got really good access to late game. In good news for Navi, their Tinker is free farming. He's already 11 and 7, and they've been stacking the Ancients for him, I believe. That's at least a double stack.
No, twice, yeah.
Oh, triple stack already.
So
they're really focusing on getting this Tinker off to a hot start, and I think that is very key for them.
Is under attack.
And with this laning, the one thing that Navi figured out was that with the lane setup that Mouse, with the last pick Prophet, they were expecting, okay, this is Doom safe lane. So even if the 2 supports from Mouse go bottom, it's a trial lane with Doom, and that's just so underwhelming in a trial lane that Navi felt like they could go for this aggressive trial lane, and it's been working out very well. It's now obviously only an aggressive dual lane, since there's no point in Treant staying down there, but what's Mouse's response going to be? Sure, they got a first blood top, which is great, but Tinker is absolutely free farming, way ahead of everyone else.
18 and 7, and it's not even the 3-minute mark.
I don't think he's missed he's missed 2 creeps, right? That must have been 5 waves at this point.
Yeah,
so
it's pretty much perfect. Well,
and now they're rotating down because they know Treant is top, so now this dual lane from Navi is going to be at a disadvantage because they're 2 against 3.
Okay, the only issue here for Navi is that Denny's not getting as many levels as you do, and you need to get to level 6. Even if you rush Soul Raid and go straight for rearm, it's going to be very slow work to farm these Ancients before that. So I wonder if they even, at some point, they may consider swapping up the lane. Maybe they send Funnick bottom once he gets some more items. But for now, top lane, there's just the Prophet being driven off the lane a bit. The tree's trying to get in and bully him, but doesn't have the creep wave to do it. And it looks like he will back off for now. So both teams using the jungle a lot more than we normally see, to be honest. There's a lot of stacking and pulling going on in the Radiant jungle. A bit of a dive top on the Prophet. Though, with the phase boots out, you really have to catch her out of position to bring him down.
That's what the first blood gave him. It gave him a really good position on this lane, and if he manages to keep somewhat tied with ХВОСТ on farm, I think he's going to be happy with it. If this was just a flat-out one-on-one, I think Pycat would be winning. Even with just a one-on-one with no support from the beginning, Prophet has a pretty good grip on Viper because of the treants, but of course with a bit of help from Puppy here, I think he's happy to break even.
Honestly, I gotta say, I think it's going pretty well for Navis, and they're farming all their cores. They haven't been feeding the Bane Mirana. They gave up 1 kill, and it took a big investment for Mouse to get it. So
mid lane, Fox in trouble.
And now they go in. They're going to nuke him to start this off. They keep on right-clicking. They need a crit here, I think, and probably a few more nukes. The Arcane Bolt comes out again, and they will get it with that last crit. Now Pycat has to be careful. He does a phase boots, but a clap, a nuke, a slow, and then one more. Give him the chop. Funnick does a double for him, and now from bottom lane, it looks like we're gonna have a wraparound. Misery's coming in. He's gonna sleep up Dendy. Arrow's gonna come through from the lane, just nails him, and Dendy, he'll buy a TP. Nothing else he can spend his gold on here, and a rather unfortunate death for him as the lane is pushing in.
A really good overall. Navi coming out ahead in that exchange, 2 for 1 in the mid lane, and both kills going to the Brewmaster will ensure a very early level 6 and probably an early Blink Dagger too for Funnick. So really important for Navi to get off to that kind of start here on the Brew. He will be creating a lot of space for Dendy, and it looks like Navi will be swapping lanes. They think Brew is strong enough to go to the bottom lane. Dendy can play in the mid now and get the levels he really needs. I think this is a great choice to swap this around, although he's now 2 levels below the troll. So you have to be careful.
But it is kind of hard for the troll to approach him. And you can see him coming, right? He can't really sneak up on you. Unless he gets a haste or an invis or something.
That's true. He can always just laser him. Troll doesn't have a stun apart from his melee bash, and you will always laser before that, so.
The only concern with putting... oh, hold that thought. We're going to have a bit of a go here, bottom lane. Funnick does have his ultimate. MS has no doom yet. He's 1 creep from it. He gets critted. He doesn't get the level. He had 3 experience to go. Oh, that's...
He obviously wouldn't have been able to cast it and he was silenced, but it would have allowed him to move now that he respawns.
Yeah, he respawns, he can just go gank mid or top immediately.
He can still do that, but then he needs to wait a little bit to get that creep experience first, and it could mess up the gank. So, unfortunate for him. But it's only a death.
More than anything. It's only 1 death.
Nothing more happened. Navi do not take any additional advantage of this. It's only 6 minutes in, of course, so very limited pushing potential, but Kuroki got level 5 from that on the Skywrath. He's been in 3 out of 3 kills. This has been the tradition for every game we've cast today. Skywrath is just out of control. I think Mouse should be getting nervous if Kuro gets a fast level.
Oh, he got doomed! Oh, he was mid-split. You could see him waving his arms. He doesn't get it up. And unfortunately, looks like Funnick's going down here. They'll try to eat his way out, but it's not going to be enough. Now the chase goes.
And meanwhile, Dendy got soloed by Fata.
Uh-oh. Was there a rune
That's
there?
a really big deal. I don't know if... Yeah, he had a haste rune.
Oh, the troll had a haste. Okay, that's like the one way I think Tinker just dies.
Oh, look at that score. Oh, that's
pretty amazing.
That's pretty funny to see. Of course, a lot of these games were in the qualifiers against not as good teams as are here at the main event, but still, it's pretty impressive. 86% win rate on the Troll Warlord against, what was that, 24% for all of the teams combined.
That is pretty funny. I feel like I don't see other teams run it. Like I can't really. I mean, obviously other teams do, but it doesn't come to mind. It's not like a signature hero.
It's very scattered for the other teams. Bottom lane, MSS is gonna get slowed up.
There's no Doom. This time they gotta get MSS. Gotta punish him with the Doom down. And the troll comes in, but I don't know if he can turn this one. He's gonna try and slow down these pandas, but they will still go. And if they get one more boulder toss, should secure the kill. The only concern is that MSS, well, he's drawn this panda way behind enemy lines, and he's still not dead. Funnick gets the last crit though. Clap comes through as well, but now he's in a sticky situation, surrounded and pounded by 3. He will fall.
That drew a lot of attention down to the bottom lane though.
That's true, and frankly, Dendy needs that space. I think by far the most important hero.
Oh, top lane ХВОСТ.
Misery goes in, he's only level 4, he does have an arrow follow-up available, but ХВОST with living armor,
they won't go.
It's too tanky, and they didn't have the angle anyway. They're not gonna bother.
Yeah, that was too ambitious. I think even without living armor, they can't kill him with 2 level 4 heroes. He's just gonna turn on them and kill him.
Yeah. He's 8 and he's got 1,000 health with chainmail.
You don't gank 4 with 2 level 4s.
Yes.
He knows what you're up to. He knows how to counter it.
4.
He's got the experience. Speaking of 4, the levels of the other heroes on Navi, that was a really good transition, thank you very much. The The Treant is level 3 in a 9-minute game, so once again I feel like we're seeing this not so impactful Treant. At least the living armor in this game has been more useful than in other games we've seen, but I'm still waiting for that. You know, I feel like I don't get these wow moments anymore from Treant players. There's not these, oh my god, he just ran all over the map and crushed the early game, or...
It's because we haven't seen PPD play it, man. It's an automatic haste turn at level 1 if he plays the hero. No, another
bottom lane.
Funnick does get gone on, but they need some prophets. It'll be the prophet who comes in, and Funnick heads south. The Sprout finds him. This combo is really shutting down the Panda. And now, top lane, there'll be a rotation as well. The tree's gonna move in. And, no, never mind, he's backing off. To me, it's honestly okay that the Panda's dying. They need the bots. That is the most important thing for Navi. It's not great that he's dying, but...
And the timing for Dendi is actually not that good. This is about the time. If you have a decent lane in mid, you generally have it now. And he was in a side lane, where you mostly get more farm. We were talking about in the early game how he was getting free farm. And now with the lane rotations and the overall ganking from Mousesports, it's still going to be an okay timing. It looks like he will get it from this stack, so 10-minute... Considering he has 2 deaths, I guess it's actually pretty good after all.
Dire's middle tower
it's not. And he also has the bottle and the soul ring.
And he's level 9.
It's really not
really
bad,
good.
Considering for 2 deaths.
It's better than I thought it would be, to be honest.
And it goes back to the quad stack there. I believe it was a quad at the end.
And he even managed to stack it once more himself by pulling them out with the right timing on the march. So very nicely done by Dendi.
Then he's really showing some nice mechanics here on Tinker, which I think that's the biggest thing with this hero is farming efficiently. Farming patterns are more important with Tinker than almost any other hero, I would say. Even stuff like knowing how to march multiple camps simultaneously, especially in the Radiant jungle, you can actually farm 3 at once, but if you fail to capitalize on that...
It is definitely one of the most mechanics-intensive heroes, and
yeah, that's before you get a bunch of items. Just getting those items is, in some ways, one of the tricky parts.
And most other heroes have like some sort of downtime, where you're moving. Tinker is 60 minutes of stress if you're playing a long game.
Which makes it impressive that Excalibur plays almost exclusively the Meepo and Tinker.
He's young.
Yeah. He'll burn out soon enough. He'll be a jaded old man like us.
Yeah, both Excalibur and Koikra and Ortizi, young players playing good Tinkers. I mean, maybe it's no coincidence.
Tinker the #1 cause of future early retirements? We'll wait and see. For now, they're going strong. And we do see the Prophet actually scouting out the Ancients now, but it's already too late. He's dropped some trades there, but mid lane they'll go in. Thought of throwing out the axes. Kuroki has the ultimate, he'll let it fly. Thought trucks through it and moves forward. He actually gets aggressive into this. They can't get a range for a clap. Kuro's held in position, gets brought down by the Bane. They'll pay with Pycat. They may pay with Mar. I think that rocket was dodged by the Panda Cyclone. A little bit unfortunate, but still, Misery surrounded and brought down.
I'm really surprised to see Kuroki buy back there. Seems like a little bit of a rushed decision. MSS never showed up in mid. The fight was pretty much already won for Navi, but a little bit of a waste there from Kuro to buy back. He needs to be careful not to die again now, right? He's going to be fine. So.
Towers should be getting to die momentarily. Catapult killed off, and oh no, they have tree. Never mind.
Heal it up.
Level 3 living armor.
That's got to be frustrating for MSS. He invested so much time into that, and it's just
any other game. At least the tower's down, you know. So Cinder and Navi just got a lot stronger. They have the boots of travel, and now they get a blink on the Panda. They do need to wait for the split.
Right now you're looking at the net worth, but if you just check the last hits for a moment, just have a look at how big the difference actually is. It's a pretty big gap. ХВОСТ has been farming very effectively, so has Dendi.
They've jumped in now with the Panda. Well, ХВОST's been doomed, but nonetheless they chase MSS. He gets caught. He gets right-clicked down. ХВОST will be the trade, and they really put themselves in a deep situation. It's a 5-hero rotation. You want to fight, says Mounts? Great. We'll bring a gang, and we'll deal with it.
That's the second time Funnick dies here. Like, all the way down behind the tier 1 tower.
Is it okay to do this against Mouse just because they always bring 5? It's a 2-for-1, and Navi is farming someone else from the map. I don't know if it's a great trade, but I feel like against other teams that's awful. Against Mouse,
I think it's
okay.
I think it's neither nor. It doesn't really make much of a difference. I think that's a pretty even trade. Yes, 2-for-1 for Mouse, but like you said, farming space and time and general map pressure here for Navi. They'll be trading a little bit of an experience and gold for that. That's probably fine. The most important thing for them is that they don't lose the tower. Oh, bottom lane, Fiend Script on Puppy as well as Nature's Wrath. Very nice kickoff, and they're going to be backing off here. TP support from Navi is going to be too late. So not only getting a kill, but forcing 2 TPs from Navi that are unsuccessful. That's a big deal, and immediately the pings mid from Misery. Alright, we just got 2 TPs bot, TP into mid with Prophet, make tree into let's go for the tower with Troll ult in 10 seconds.
And the Troll
and they need to bring it down.
They need to actually kill it, but Denny's already here with the blink. He blinks at the trees, he's been found by a Sprout, and Mouse will descend. Oh, Denny chose the wrong spot. He pays for that with his life, and now the tower's done. The Marsh won't be enough. That's a mistake. Just blink the wrong.
That's really important for Mouse right now. And maybe they even get Kuro. Yeah, Pass will get him. Gets the Starstorm in. Tower trade overall though, but easily advantage Mouse in that exchange.
You can't get sloppy against Mouse, especially not when they actually have a good late game lineup.
Funnick looking for Misery. He's going to go in. We'll get the split off as well. Misery will self-sleep here, but pretty sure he is pretty damn doomed here.
Well, it's a Panda ult so far just for one, but they want Fada, and I think they can Cyclone him here. They will Cyclone. The blind effect will come out, but, well, now they bring him down. A boulder toss. Is he in range for it? He's getting fogged. He gets it off. It will connect. Doom onto ХВОСТ. Once again, 4 ХВОSТ. That's got to be the 4th Doom of the game. It feels like it anyway. Funnick caught in the trees. Will be brought down, and every time that Navi dive, it seems Mouse just have more heroes, and they end up paying.
It's the Prophet factor. Pyke has been in 11 out of 14 kills. He's always in the right place at the right time. Even now, he's going to TP out just to place a ward, just all over the map for Mouse at this point. I love seeing this from him. It just really goes to show how much they're prioritizing playing aggressively, using teleport and a TP scroll just for this ward in the right-hand side. But it's totally worth it. They need to control the lanes, and they need to secure that they keep pushing and putting pressure on Navi so the towers actually fall.
Yeah, they just keep on forcing the issue a lot. I mean, they don't have to be diving the bottom tier 1 tower. I feel like if they just play this a little more patiently, they'd be in a better position. The Tinker's not really there yet. He's got Boots of Travel and Blink. It's just been some miscues for Navi, and it's also been Mouse capitalizing heavily. Not only do they get the kills in, but they've been very decisive. I feel like they're one of the quickest teams to say, okay, we got a kill. Now we go for this tower. Now we go for Roche. There's never hesitation with this team, and we saw it mid. Now we see it again top lane. So they are making the most out of every slight mistake from Navi.
Radiant's middle
and it's just, like you say, Mouse are really decisive, but generally they don't have the tools to be decisive on towers, like you saw in previous games. But with both a Prophet and a Troll, they really get that collateral that we've been missing from them in the previous games. And right now they're looking really good in this game. 4-man smoke in the top lane might find a pick off here and turn it into more. Kuroki in a really good position actually to break the smoke on Fata. And looks like they know it's coming. Arrow's gonna miss. And that's going to be the end of that gank. They don't want to go for a tier 2 dive, and understandably, diving that tier 2 against Tinker is really scary.
That's not the easy. They don't have the best lineup to jump someone, honestly, unless they get like a Blink Dagger on the Bane or the Doom. But Doom it seems he may be going for something else. Already 2,800 gold. Maybe we just see like a straight Shivas.
I still think that Blink would be so good against Tinker. He just needs to get in on him and do him. Even if Tinker doesn't die, just creating space, or the same on the Brood, right? Either of those two just needs to be locked down and controlled in the fight.
Yeah, the Doom and the Bane are the two keys for Mouse in these fights. They have to use their spells at the right times and on the right heroes, which it's been Viper, but I think as the game goes on.
Oh, what a long grip!
Funnick's ready though. He's got ХВОSТ back this time around. Misery kept in place for the Moonlight Shadow. He'll cycle in the Prophet, a big damage deal, but there's follow-up here. It comes from MSN. Long-range concussive shot. They sleep him and actually keep ХВОST alive a bit longer. Now the dust slow. He's still living through this. Finally will fall, but then he gets doomed. He'll be forced out of the fight while Kurogi gets focused on. Funnick trying to finish up Pycat, but he just can't do it. There's your crit. A double kill for Funnick. He's looking for more, and if they can't actually stop him, he's going to run them down while Dendy finishes them off from distance. Another clap, another concussive slow, and then the right clicks just keep on coming. The arrow's there, but it's too late, and Funnick makes an amazing turn for Navi. They take 4, they only lose ХВОST.
What a great trade. 4 for 4. Dun dun dun. Alright, well, great fight by Navi, and like you said, Funnick, outstanding play in that fight. Excellent initiation, gets immediate boulder, immediate cyclone, does it again, and just sets the pace for the entire fight there. For a moment it looked like that was going to be good for Mouse. Actually, very nice deny by Pass, but Misery's going to pay the price here. Still, that's really, really good fight for Navi. They're totally back in this game now. As it was looking like Mouse were dragging ahead, Navi take a big fight. It's so classic Navi to do this kind of stuff when they have to.
Yeah, and the thing is, suddenly Dendi almost has the Dagon level 1. Honestly, the Dagon level 1 is the biggest Dagon by far. It adds a lot of burst damage to your combination. Not to mention that he's getting close to the point where you've got the level 2 rearm, so he can cycle a lot faster. If this goes late enough, I still think they have the tools for Dendi, but as you mentioned, it just gets harder to control Tinker later in the game. He gets more items, he's
they
got
might
more
have the
backup,
tools for MSS right now. Is he going to be able to TP out? He's, oh wow, great blink there.
But has he blinked deep enough? They've deployed the March.
He's getting out. Very nice awareness
TP in time.
from MSS.
Well, do Navi want to force the issue? There are profit trans top lane. And the one thing that Mouse can fall back on, we haven't seen him much yet, Sin, is they can use the troll out and the profit to split push. If they need to, they can at least go for trades and stall, but that's not the Mouse way. They're already wrapping around mid. They're on top of our dire observer ward right now in the Radiant jungle. Are they going to smoke? Is Mouse about to smoke? Well, it seems they did, but it was right under a ward. I believe that was spotted.
Oh, Navi's just baiting this out.
They're baiting
They want it to happen.
They know it's coming, and Misery's in front. Puppey looking to reveal this one. They've got the sentry. They go in. He gets the grip and the doom combined, but Funnick not dead yet. The Mirana blasted to pieces. Both isolated by 3. Even though they saw it coming, can they prevail? It's up to Dendi now to deal the bulks of the damage, and he looks for more. Misery won't sleep. Dodge the rocket. Fantastic, and now the split. They doomed him, but they couldn't end him. Tinker's going to be returning in just a few moments, and when he does, he TP's onto the Brood lane. He zaps one. He missiles for more. He won't spot it. He's surrounded. The rocket not going to get the last hit, and the lone survivor's the doom. Trots back to base, tail between his legs.
It's like borderline broken that you can boots of travel onto the Brew split.
That is ridiculous.
I don't know, that's...
I don't think you can do it in Dota 1, by the way.
I'm not sure about it. There's some weird interactions because the Brew splits are kind of counted as units and sometimes not exactly, so...
They're heroes, but they're not heroes. It's
yeah.
kind of like the Lone Druid Bear, which has some very weird interactions.
The Lone Druid Bear is, I don't even, that's like a category in itself.
It's just bears in general, man.
It's like a creep with 35 exceptions. Oh, nice blink from Bear! Did he actually just get out? Oh my goodness.
Wow. I was like, he's totally screwed, man. He blinked into the trees, but he didn't actually get into the trees. He was just in a little corner that you could walk into. Oh, sorry, Dendi, you misblinked. You're donezo, but by some miracle, it is nighttime, and maybe that's what did him in is that and the very unusual direction. He blinked towards their where their tier 1 stood. That caught them off guard. Now, just when you think it's a gimme, well, they're foiled again.
Yeah,
meanwhile, Kuroki just blows up the Mirage.
I was not looking for that kill.
It's funny. We were actually looking at every fucked away through all the It's Skywrath, man, you know? It's just this hero obliterates everyone. But...
Oh, Navi are now going to be playing the first Roshan of the game, 22 minutes in here. With Funnick almost finishing an Aghanim Scepter as well. It's starting to look really grim for Mouse, and we're actually, it's been quite a while since they fight in the bottom lane, but the one thing Mouse cannot afford is they cannot use 2 big ultimates on the Broom. Like we said, they overlapped the Grip and the Doom. That was just the fight lost. If they have one of those abilities available for the Tinker afterwards, that's when they can capitalize and really run through Navi, because...
Or if they actually just kill the Brew, which he ended up living, and
yeah, he actually even lived
and then he came
those.
back in and
ulted. And that gave them a bonus kill or 2, so... Actually, yeah, 2 bonus kills. They got the Troll and the Bane in the base for it, so...
Yeah, I think either way, they would have worked. Either they could kill... Oh, Troll ultimate pop. They're going to look to push this top lane. The tower's taking pretty heavy damage. MSS with a DD room wants to chop away at it, but he's got to be careful here. There's a rotation coming. The tree's on the move, and he does have his ultimate. He's got to hug these trees, Puppey does. He just stays in range for the Nature's Guys and keeps on plunging forward. Now he's been revealed, but MSS hasn't actually spotted him. No observer ward. MSS coming back in.
They're going to spot him now. The other ward is going to see him now.
There is a lot of backup in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
that would not be a
go
good go. This is where Navi get really scary. They're very close to an E-Blade on the Tinker. Only kept the level 1 Dagon. Now going for the E-Blade, and they've got the Brew eggs. And this is their team fight levels up by several notches when they get these two.
Yeah, with Dendi starting to level up the Dagon as well, he can get Dagon 3 right now. This is going to be the game when we see what we were talking about earlier with the Fnatic game with
Prophet hunting for the courier.
Not gonna get it.
Go on.
But Skywrath Silence into Dagon 5.
You're right.
It's a
max ancient seal.
45% amplification for the Dagon. It's gonna pretty much one-shot the Mirana, for example. Ancient Seal Dagon 5 is a one-shot. So that's some scary stuff.
It gets reduced by 25, so it's 600, and then it gets increased by 45. So it's, like you said, very close to 1,000.
Is under attack.
It's pretty good.
And that's before the E-Blink gets factored as well.
then you just die.
You're well into the 4 digits at that point. Then you just cry to your mama. Well, Dendi is starting to really exert his influence, and it seems Mouse just can't quite deal with them. They will try to split push and trade here, but Dendi's going to slow this one down. They use the Living Armor, the Troll Ult's deployed to work their way through it. Will Dendi jump in? Everybody's coming in, but there's a rotation from the Panda. He splits on landing! Insta-split! There's a Boots of Travel forward. They do manage to stun Misery. Dust gets thrown out. I think it actually clipped the Bane. It did, but everyone escapes in the end, so it's a wasted brew split. For nothing. They also...
Oh, maybe they get Misery. No, that's... Kuro is really on the hunt here. That's not going to work out.
He does not have backup. He's
like really far away from
What are you doing? come back here so I can kill you, but Kuro decides to back off at the right moment.
And now, with ХВОСТ sitting on 3,000 gold, it's time to decide whether it's BKB on or Axe for him.
Then he's got his E-Blade, he finds Pos, he will march. And remember, the rockets do affect ethereal targets now. He's going to go for a second cycle. He could blink on the... No, he's playing it safe. I actually like that from him. He probably could have gotten the kill and gotten out before Misery arrived, but that's just why take the risk.
That courier is carrying some interesting stuff.
Radiant's bottom tower
He's flying around
is
with
under
3
attack.
dusts and a smoke.
Dire's middle tower
Just flying
is
into
under
the side
attack.
shop.
Is it so Dendi can go around killing the Prophet?
I have no idea what the plan is with this. It's pretty interesting. Scythe of Vice, actually. Well, I didn't realize Pycat was getting this much farm. He's only trailing Dendi by about 2,000, so it's definitely... You know, it's still a dead even game on gold. The question is if... Oh, here we go!
They have no ultimate for the Panda, and Mouse know it. They're not dooming him. They doom the Viper instead. Overgrowth deployed, but ХВОСТ looks to be on his own here. They don't have much backup. That nice blind from Funnick will buy time, and the crits from Funnick. His right clicks are quite significant. Still, the Tinker not really involved in the fight. He's waiting this out. They're buying time for the split. 20 seconds and counting. ХВОСТ, round 2. Let's go. On to Misery, clap him, and crack him. And, well, he's dead. They did pop the Aegis, but was it worth it?
Aegis for Bane. I guess that's an okay trade if they can take a fight again. But like you said, they used Doom and Grip, so that fight probably isn't going to happen anytime soon. Maybe it would have been better for Mouse to actually just engage the fight and then disengage and let Pycat try to split push the top tower. He would have probably got it, but at this point it has 600 health and, you know, there's a tree on the Navi side, so if you don't bring it down the whole way, you don't bring it down at all.
And that was a fight where Navi didn't have split as well. Sure, they had Aegis, but Viper is just not the highest impact hero this game. He's an annoying hero, and they are targeting him, but it's almost, I would say, like 80%. There's been the Skywrath Silence, and then just the Panda and Tinker and everything they bring to the table to turn these fights. They have found Pycat. He's gonna cycle once, but he gets hexed. He can't get off the completed rearm. Now the Skywrath ultimate will support him. Well, Dendi doesn't finish the kill. It goes to Funnick. But he lives, and now he can start leveling up his Dagon. E-Blade.
There's no buyback on this Prophet, but there's no Roshan to take for Navi, else they would have probably gone for that straight away. But maybe they can get some other collateral. Mid lane. Well, Dendi's looking for it together with ХВОСТ. This is a really deep dive. Are they actually going to do this? Now Misery's there.
He throws out the shotgun to start things off. The rocket comes through. MSS being silenced for now. ХВОST in front. He now picked up his Reaver. And they'll doom Dendi, but this is such a difficult one to chase. It's ХВОST who's actually surrounded here in the trees. He's gripped as well. They may just sack him. No, they're coming in. They've got a Panda. He's going to jump. No clap. No split. And ХВОST is kept alive. Now the overgrowth. That's a beautiful one by Puppy. Caught 3 with that. DotA will fall. Make it 3. 4 down, and that might be 5. It's only the Bane here, and good luck, Misery. I wish you all the best.
It's a 4 for 4 again. Pycat was dead from before.
Ah, you're right. Well,
so it looks like this is the new strategy from Navi.
The 4 for 4?
They're bringing back the 4.
I actually think ХВОСТ has been playing pretty well this game. Like them focusing him, he's just a red herring.
That's what he wants. Look at his item build actually. He's got an Ogre Glove and a Reaver. He doesn't even want to finish the Axe or BKB.
Bottom lane, looks like we're gonna go in now on Pycat. E-Blade #1, he's gonna blink forward again. They need some detection for this. Do they have any? No, nothing doing. But Panda is pushing high ground all by himself while this is happening. He's trying to push in the mid lane. He blinks out finally and will retreat.
It's looking really good for Navi at this point. Just look at that graph. It's telling a very accurate story about how this has developed over time. Mouse are looking great. Then we had a little bit of a stalling period, and now Navi over the last just 2 or 3 minutes have been gaining a really significant advantage. And it's probably not going to be too long before the Roshan. With Dendi now having almost taken 4 as well as the E-Blade. I don't know what Mouse... The only way I see them winning the fight is they have to Doom the Brew and grip the Tinker, or the other way around. And they need to bring them down during that duration. But then again, then ХВОСТ has free reign, and he's just going to go on whoever he wants. And that ultimate from ХВОST is just devastating for anyone of the 3 carries on Mouse.
I think they can deal with ХВОST though, because they have the Enfeeble, they have the Troll
They don't
blind.
have Enfeeble at all.
Oh, he actually skilled it, you're right. He took some points.
Which is surprising when you think about it. This would be a good Enfeeble game against the
Puppy's walking around invis with a gem, and they actually
Oh no!
And they just get stabbed.
Oh no, oh wait.
He was smoked, right? The smoke got dispelled, and Puppy had a gem. So he's trying to drop the sentry to see what's going on before he could even get it off. He got zapped by Dendi.
He actually started gripping. He thought
he got it off.
Yeah, because Mirana was coming in for that. He got like half a second of grip off, and then he just fell into the ground.
What a rough game.
He disappeared.
Misery has 2k net worth. You compare this to some of his other Banians, I feel like he's had like 10k.
Oh, bottom lane! Oh, well, it's gonna get trade maybe.
And MSS, well, he throws out the Doom, but
no, it's gonna be
not gonna do much. He tries to TP.
Will
the crits be fast enough? No, nothing doing.
But Doom used to no avail. And this is
split.
probably a top tier 2 for Navi if they gather up now.
Yeah, they probably can't do anything beyond that. They could look to force high ground, but there's no reason to risk it here. Just take the tower, back off, secure the next Roshan.
Yeah, he's spawning in 30 seconds as it looks, so... This is the perfect timing for Navi actually. What are you doing up there all alone? He's just gonna get... Oh, maybe it's a good bait. That's one.
He's got backup. Everything's bait. Taser 1, Taser 2, Zetsat 3, saying goodbye now. ХВОST he's the trap.
I actually thought they had enough damage to bring him down before Dendi came in, but that fresh heart and living armor and the mech.
And it's a Viper. He has corrosive skin. He is not the hero you want to be focusing, even if you kill ХВОST. Like, it's not the most important hero, but on top of that, at this point, Mouse, you can just smell the desperation. Navi, they know they've got them where they want them, and they say, ХВОST, just go push top. If they go on you, Dendi will get 2 or 3 kills, even if you die. Guaranteed. And with Doom down, there's no way they can punish Dendi when he jumps in. Another. This is not even with the Skywrath combination.
Oh, but now he got a bit too excited here.
He got a little cocky. Maybe
just kidding.
He's got the backup. There's always backup for Dendi this game. MSS, no Doom for 7 seconds. Bottom melting. Getting zapped. Give him a triple. Mouse back to the well. And with that, I think they're pretty much out of gas soon.
I feel like I'm actually narrating Mouse's brain right now. Like, oh, he went too far, let's kill him. Oh, the Viper, what is he doing? Kill him.
Yeah, it's kind of like, oh, they got it going him now, right? Like, the Viper's way off on his own. Oh, shit, there's a Tinker with a P-Blade taking on 5. Pycat will find the courier at the very least. But he's going to get zapped once. Can they zap him again? Living life on the edge.
Yeah, that's the end of Mouse. You're not coming back from this point. Wow, what an absolute slope. Navi gained 20,000 experience the last 5 minutes.
Well,
that's got to be almost a record. That's insane.
That is. It just doesn't even tickle him. Like, he's going in while Doom, and these rockets are doing the job. That's another double zap. Dendi is styling on Mouse. And Navi will end this game with a thrilling 16-3-9 performance from Dendi. But it was a team effort. Funnick was really the engine for this comeback. Magnificent brew that turned the fight. Some really nice outs from Kuro, and they just made so much space for Dendi. He needed a lot of time, and they bought it for him.
I think if you were to choose one MVP for this game, it's probably Funnick. He really controlled those fights.